What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and I have a lot of info. When I don't post, you can come and follow my account at Digital World Pod, POD. That's where you can find my handle on Twitter and look at all the charts that I'm posting on there. And a lot of these charts are, believe it or not, are you can see it from a mile away, and it's just like in '06. Everything you're seeing is forecasting. Hey, we're gonna go through something. We're gonna go through something, and I think it's becoming very, very evident now. Whether that happens in 2024 or in 2025 remains to be seen. But these things are definitely showing signs of what is coming. And here you can see credit card default rate has been surging aggressively from the lowest levels since 1992. With credit card debt and interest rate on credit cards at record highs, this indicator is likely to continue rising. So delinquencies are rising from the low levels, and you can see them going up. You're probably going to see that go up drastically. Europe's service sector has plummeted, reaching levels only seen 2 times in the past 15 years, 2008 and 2011, and both ended in painful recessions. There you have it. And then, you can see the pandemic here, right? So we're going into that again. This is Europe's services sector. I wonder what services, what the word or terminology services means here. That'd be interesting to see. Okay, so Argentina has abolished the income tax ahead of its presidential election in a last-ditch attempt to defeat the libertarian candidate who's leading in the polls. And this proves, one, they're printing money, they don't really need to tax you explicitly, and two, that inflation itself is a stealth tax that can be imposed without any legislation or transparency. The mechanics of money are going to become way more obvious to people going forward. And it's true, inflation is the hidden tax that no one sees. And I think people are going to wake up to this sudden realization of what's actually going on. And they've been lied to this whole time, and they're going to see that the guy running the show, just like in the Wizard of Oz, is just like a small little dude. So it's these group of people that have been running it. And if people woke up to this reality of a financial system, they would be revolting in the streets, and they'd be off with the bankers and the politicians. Every time manufacturing contraction has reached as low as it did this cycle, the U.S. economy has systematically experienced a recession, except in 1967. So manufacturing activity reaching recessionary levels. And I wonder, so this is talking about the U.S. economy. And we're almost at that point once again. Fresh on so 1971, that's a very important date that people need to remember. That's when the U.S., specifically Nixon, ended the U.S. gold standard, what was left of it. And you see what happened because from the 40s to the 70s, you saw the bottom 90%. They experienced wealth increase, okay? And that's why you have the boomer generation that has a lot of assets. And it was because their standard of living was going up and up and up. And as soon as he took that off, look at what happened. Plateaus. And who benefited from that? Well, the top 1% of earners. So, folks, it's one big club and you're not in it. And so if you don't think this is a long time coming, this is something that's been in the works for a while. And the results of that is you become poorer and poorer and you don't realize it. Unaffordable housing hits a record high, even worse than '06, just before the GFC. In U.S. cities, it now takes between half and 2/3 of income to own a house. In San Francisco, it's 84%. Washington's trillions broke the housing with no end in sight. That's unbelievable. In U.S. cities, it now takes between half and 2/3 of income to own a house. And in San Francisco, it's 84%. So you're basically working to pay your house bill. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable, folks. Here you see the consumer is going to feel this. Personal interest payments have surpassed $500 billion. This level has never been seen since 1959. This is absurd. Personal interest payments. And I got a bunch of stuff here, folks. Like I said, if you want to follow my Twitter handle, you can. That's where I post a lot of my stuff. You can see it for yourself, and you can also go ahead and share it with friends, family members, etc., etc. Digital World Podcast. The handle is Digital World Pod. One word like that. Okay? And you'll see, hey, I will post a lot of these things or retweet a lot of these things or like them. And I think these charts are very, very important to understand. So spread the word. Use this information. Share with other people. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.